In my skillet on medium heat, I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 small diced onion, 2 diced stalks of celery, and a good pinch of salt and black pepper. Cooking and stirring for 3 to 4 minutes or until the onions soften. This is 1 diced red bell pepper. You can use any color of pepper, but I think the red gives it a nice sweet note. And of course, we gotta have lots of garlic, and this is 5 large minced cloves. Don't forget we have a lot to flavor here. Cooking and stirring for 1 minute. This is 1½ cups of rinsed and drained long grain rice. Giving that a good mix with the vegetables and butter for a couple minutes. This is going to help keep the rice fluffy and not clump together later in the cooking process. Adding in 1 14½ ounce can of diced tomatoes with the juices and stirring to mix. This is 1 cup of clam juice, and this will help add some nice seafood flavor to this entire dish. And I'm following up with 1½ cups of chicken broth. Turning my heat up to bring this up to a simmer. Now we're going to add some more flavor. I have 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and mine has a little heat. 2 teaspoons of Old Bay seasoning, and 1 teaspoon each of parsley and oregano, and a sprinkle more of black pepper. Stirring to incorporate. The inspiration for this skillet meal was finding a bag of frozen steelhead trout pieces left over from another recipe video and some cooked shrimp in the freezer. You can use any fish like cod, haddock, catfish, or tilapia, and if you wanted, you could use raw shrimp and cook down the shells for a seafood stock to make it even richer. And who is looking? You can also toss in some canned clams, shrimp or oysters, imitation crab, or even some sardines. Stirring in the fish and placing the shrimp on top. Or you could also stir in the shrimp. Make it your own. Bringing this up to a simmer, covering tightly, turning my heat down to the low setting, and cooking for 20 minutes. Remember to set your timer. After 20 minutes, remove from the heat and don't touch for another 10 to 15 minutes. Don't be tempted to peek or lift that lid. After it's done resting, remove the lid and breathe in that wonderful smell. Garnishing with some chopped green onions and lemon slices. This is a beautiful skillet meal that can be taken right to the table and let everyone dig in. There's lots of shrimp and fish in this easy skillet meal to go around. The rice is nice and fluffy and filled with lots of seafood flavors. Take a peek in your freezer. I am sure you can find some seafood to make your version of this easy and delicious shrimp and fish and rice skillet meal. Enjoy! Not only is this a budget-friendly meal, but your family will love it. It cooks in 1 skillet, and you can have it on the table in an hour. Yes, we call that a winter chicken dinner. In my oven-proof skillet, I'm adding in 2 to 4 tablespoons of peanut oil, just enough to coat the bottom, and I have my heat on medium-high. Get that oil nice and hot. I have 5 cleaned and trimmed bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs that I season both sides with a little salt and black pepper. Placing skin down in the skillet, and be careful, there will be some spitting of the oil. Let the chicken cook untouched for 3 to 4 minutes or until the crust is golden and the chicken releases freely from the pan. Flip the chicken over and cook an additional 1 to 2 minutes and then remove from the pan. I turned my heat down to a medium and I left about 2 tablespoons of chicken fat in the pan. Adding in 1 medium diced onion and 2 stalks of diced celery. Stirring and cooking for 2 to 3 minutes. This is 1 8-ounce package of diced mushrooms. Cooking and stirring for another 3 to 4 minutes. 3 cloves of minced garlic. Cooking and stirring for 30 more seconds. You can use any long grain and wild rice combo, and this happens to be the brand that I'm using. Adding in the rice, stirring and cooking for a minute. We just want to get the rice coated with the chicken fat, and this is going to help in the cooking process. Adding in 2 cups of chicken broth, stirring and turning my heat up to bring this up to a light simmer. Now I'm sprinkling in the rice seasoning packet and about a handful or a 1/4 cup of chopped fresh parsley. If you don't have fresh parsley, you can add 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. Giving that another good stir and adding in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. This is really going to give this dish a nice creamy texture like a risotto. Give it a good stir, bring to a light simmer, and then turn off the heat. I'm placing in the chicken thighs skin side up and pouring in any juices. You want to use an airtight lid for this. I'm putting on my lid and placing in the center oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, carefully remove from the oven and let it rest for another 15 minutes before removing the lid. In that 15 minutes of resting time, the rice is going to finish cooking and the chicken is going to redistribute its juices. After it's done resting, remove the lid. Garnish with a little more parsley and take the pan to the table. You can see the rice is nice and creamy and it has tremendous flavor. It's almost like a risotto. You can add any vegetables that you like, and some frozen peas would be a nice addition. The chicken thighs are tender and juicy. A great 1 skillet chicken dinner. I hope you give my chicken and wild mushroom rice skillet dinner a try, and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button to receive my future recipes. Please feel free to share my channel with your friends and family. It really helps my channel grow and it is greatly appreciated. And until next time, much love.